It's late at night, and you're driving home. The roads are nearly empty, the kind of stillness that makes the world feel like it's holding its breath. Your headlights stretch ahead, slicing through the darkness, reflecting off stop signs and the pale shimmer of street paint. The radio hums quietly, but you barely notice it. You're just tired, ready to crawl into bed, telling yourself it's another uneventful night. But what if I told you it wasn't? What if I told you that right now there's someone in the car with you, not beside you, not outside on the street, but directly behind you, sitting in your backseat, silent, waiting? That's exactly what happened to one woman who thought she was just driving home. She left work late that night, much later than usual. Her office parking lot was nearly empty, and her car sat under one of the last flickering street lamps, the kind of light that buzzes faintly, casting more shadow than illumination. She walked quickly, clutching her purse tighter than usual, telling herself it was fine. It was the suburbs, safe, familiar. She slid into the driver's seat, locked the doors automatically, and exhaled. Just a 10-minute drive home. Nothing to worry about. The car hummed to life. She eased out of the lot and onto the quiet streets. The windows were slightly fogged from the cool night air, and she flicked on the defrost, watching the glass slowly clear. Her eyes were heavy, her body worn down from the long day. The drive was routine, almost mechanical. Past the gas station, left at the blinking yellow light, up the small hill lined with sleeping houses. She could almost drive it blindfolded. But halfway home, something pricked at her awareness. Not a sound exactly, more a feeling, that creeping, undeniable sense that she wasn't alone. She glanced at the rearview mirror. Empty. Just the vague reflection of her back seat in the darkness. She shook her head, laughed nervously at herself. "You're paranoid," she whispered. Maybe it was just the exhaustion. Maybe she was too used to reading creepy Reddit threads late at night. The red light ahead glowed, and she slowed to a stop. The street was deserted, only the quiet hum of her engine filling the silence. She reached to adjust the radio, and that's when she felt it. Movement. Subtle. Behind her. Her chest tightened. Slowly, hesitantly, her eyes flicked up to the rearview mirror again. And that's when she saw it. A shape. A shadow. The faint outline of someone sitting in her back seat. Her blood turned cold. At first she thought she was imagining it, that maybe her mind was twisting the headrest into a figure. But then she saw it, the glint of an eye catching the faint glow of the streetlight. A slow inhale, the rise and fall of a chest. There was a man in her car. Her first instinct was to scream, but the sound lodged in her throat. Her hands tightened on the steering wheel, knuckles white, as her brain scrambled for what to do. The light was still red, the road still empty, and she was trapped. Her heart pounded so loudly she thought he must hear it. She forced herself to breathe evenly, to keep her face neutral, not daring to let him know she'd seen him. The thought was unbearable. He'd been there the whole time. From the moment she left work, maybe longer. The light flicked green. She pressed the gas, hands trembling. Her mind screamed to pull over, to get out, to run. But the idea of turning her back on him, of opening her door with him so close, froze her in place. So she drove. Every second stretched into eternity. She wanted to look back, to confirm what she'd seen, but terror held her gaze forward. She could feel him, sitting there, breathing, watching. Her phone was in her purse, too far to reach without alerting him. She tried to think, to remember every self-defense story she'd ever read, drive to the police station. But it was miles away. Home? No, if he followed her inside, she'd be trapped. Her throat was dry, her vision blurring with panic. And then, as if some desperate instinct took over, she made a decision. The gas station. It was less than a mile ahead, brightly lit, open 24 hours. People, witnesses, safety. She pressed harder on the accelerator, the speedometer climbing, but not too much. She couldn't let him suspect. The minutes bled together as she forced herself to breathe, to act casual, though every nerve in her body screamed to run. Finally, the gas station lights appeared. She flicked her blinker, turned in, and pulled up to the pump. Her hand shook as she fumbled with her seatbelt. She opened the door, trying not to slam it, forcing herself to act normal. And then she ran, straight inside, past the aisles, past the stairs of the cashier, to the counter. Her words tumbled out. "Call the police. Someone's in my car. Please, now." The cashier's eyes widened, and he picked up the phone immediately. Together, they glanced outside. Her car sat under the harsh fluorescent lights. Doors closed. Engine idling, but no one was inside. The police arrived minutes later. They searched the car, the lot, even the surrounding area. Nothing, no footprints, no forced entry, no sign anyone had been there at all. They told her it was probably exhaustion, a trick of the light, her imagination playing tricks after a long day. But she knew what she saw. The seatbelt in the back had been buckled when they checked. She never buckled it. And when she got home later, shaking and sleepless, she found something that confirmed it. On the backseat floor, a single glove, dark, worn, not hers. She never drove alone at night again. And sometimes, when she catches herself at a red light, she still glances in the mirror, just to be sure. Because once you know how easily someone can slip into your car, how silently they can sit behind you, waiting, you can never unlearn it. So, the next time you drive home late, ask yourself, have you really checked your back seat? Or is someone already there? If you enjoy late-night chills like this, don't forget to subscribe. There are darker stories waiting for you.